Hello and welcome to Black Man Working. I'm your host, Leanna Davis. Black Man Working is a show that features hardworking black men here in the Mid-South area. Today's guest is Mr. Antonio White. How are you today?
I'm doing all right.
It's okay to speak to the viewers.
Thank
Hey. Thank you so much for being a guest today.
No problem.
So, if you don't mind, we're just going to jump straight into the show, okay?
Okay.
So, tell me about yourself, Antonio.
20, and I mostly work. I mostly like to do yard work, just pretty much hands-on stuff. And that's pretty much it. Really.
20 years old. How many jobs have you had?
Uh, since I graduated high school, I've had at least 6 or 7 jobs.
Wow, at 20 years old.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to know about that. Let's go back to the very first job. What was your very first job?
Working for CMOS at Nike on
Yeah.
Shelby Drive.
Did you get some shoes?
No.
No
I
shoes?
I was through a temp service, so I didn't work through Nike. I worked with the temp service. And
Okay.
we really couldn't get anything yet until
So that very first paycheck, when you got it from CMOS, what did you spend it on?
I had my first apartment, me and my brother. So that was really what it was going to, the bills, and helping us get through the days and stuff. As far as food, anything else we needed in the house. We work on together to get money up and help each other with that.
Okay. You didn't buy any clothes, I know you couldn't get the shoes on discount, but you
Right.
didn't go buy no shoes?
Now I waited after. I wanted to go and take care of business first, then enjoy shoes, clothes, everything else later.
Okay. So, tell me, what do you do now?
Well, right now I work at FedEx at the hub, Memphis hub.
Okay.
I'm a material handler.
Okay. How long have you been there?
I've been there since last year, July 12th.
Okay. So, do you like it there?
At first I didn't, but now, it's starting to get good. I switched over from nights to days, so
Mhm.
it's more hours, more pay. It's looking pretty good right now.
So, other than the limited amount of hours, what are some other challenges that you face at work, as far as coworkers, as far as the workload itself, or even supervisors?
Well, my managers, we all cool. As far as workers, I don't have any problem with anybody because I mostly work with girls, and I drive a tug, so I'm not really at the line. I'm mostly driving around, taking cans to planes and stuff, so it's pretty good, and I try to get a lot of hours as I can.
Yeah, I understand that. So, no challenges, no issues, nothing. So, we don't even have to think about FedEx. Let's think about some of the other 7 jobs that you've had. And 7 jobs from 18 to 20, something. So, there were some challenges. So, tell us about it.
Mostly my attitude and me following directions and stuff. When people, get me a little upset at work, and I try to tend on to go off and do my own thing or quit, but I try to maintain and stay in there, calm my level down, so I won't spaz out or quit or get fired.
Yeah, get fired. That's the biggest one. So, have you ever been fired from a job?
I wouldn't say, no, I haven't.
You just, did you walk out?
Yes.
Yeah, see, I've been your age before. I know all about it, okay? I know all about it. So, how did you overcome this challenge of, I guess, your attitude?
Well, seeing me that I needed money, as far as with the bills and stuff, and me growing up in life, I had to, make my money. I had to keep my hustle going because I know I needed a car, and I didn't have a car at the time, so that kind of helped me out. I need to calm my attitude down. I need to do what I need to do to get my car, get another apartment, do all that.
So, was it just, I'm young, I know everything, can't nobody tell me nothing? Was that the attitude that you had?
That was most definitely the attitude that I had. It was ticking a lot of people off, my brothers and cousins, everybody. So if you ask anybody, that's all they knew about.
Yeah. But as you've grown and gotten older, you've grown to see, your eyes have gotten bigger and have opened up to the real world and real life, and you've learned that you gotta take some instruction, huh?
Right. Because without instruction or following directions, you really won't get anywhere at all.
You Um, some people tell me, oh, I hate following directions. I hate reading the instructions. I know how to assemble this vacuum. The instructions are there for a reason.
Right.
So you may know how to do it, but the instructions are there to guide you. The instructions are there to keep you on track. So tell me, what motivates you to get out and work?
What motivates me to get out and work? I have a son. He's 1 right now. His name is Kai. And I just lost my car recently, so from then to now, I've always been a working man with my father. He pushes us to work more and more each and every day. Gets on us a lot to now. So, it's pretty much how I like to work. Hard work, yard work, like I said, with my uncle.
So that male influence from your father to your uncle, that was a good influence for you.
Yes, it was, because I was kind of lazy. I say I was going to say I was lazy at first, but till I started watching them do things from small growing up. Now I was like, okay, I want to do what my dad do. I want to do what my uncle do. So kept asking them, work with them, going to their job, trying to see what they had going on, working, trying to help them out, be father's little worker, my uncle worker. So
yeah,
I've grown the automotive stuff and just everything with my hands pretty much is what I like to do.
Okay. Well, Antonio, one thing I will say is that the first steps to growing up, because I'm going to pick on your age the whole show, so get ready. One of the first steps to growing up is admitting you're wrong and knowing what you did wrong. Man, we got to take a break now. We'll be back really, really soon. You stay right there. Stay in your chair. We'll be back on Black Man Working.
Jessica, we need to leave right now.
I need to get something. Dance recitals are so boring.
There's a me no one knows. Wait until we set
So,
free.
what's the empty suitcase for?
The grand prize trophy.
Duh.
Confidence. Pass it on.
I was born to be somebody.
Sharing. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
TTEN.
Welcome back to Black Man Working. I'm your host, Leanna Davis. Today's guest is Antonio White. He is a young blood, y'all. 20 years old. He works at Memphis FedEx Hub, and he works with a lot of women, right?
Right.
So, yeah, I'm getting in your business now. Now we're going to talk about women in the workplace. Before the break, everyone, if you missed it, Antonio was telling us how his father and uncle were his big motivators, and how, as a young man, he had to learn to grow up and take instruction and take direction because he knows what's best for him. So now we're going to talk about women in the workplace, okay? I want to know, with more women being in the workplace, do you find yourself being approached often?
I do, because I am young, and a lot of young guys get approached even by older women. And when we see younger girls, we already ready to jump out and go go at them. So it kind of tends us to lose focus on work sometimes, not all the time.
Okay. So drama. I know you've got some drama in the workplace, because earlier, before the break, you told us that you work with a lot of women. And out of all of those women, I'm sure a few of them would like Antonio.
I'm gonna talk about two, with CMOS and then with FedEx. With CMOS first, me getting off and graduating high school, then jump right into work. It was a lot of women, so I'm already ready to, oh, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Approach myself to them, and they approach themselves back at me. Then, it's a lot of guys that have a lot of girlfriends there, so, it's kind of flip-flop. When you think she doesn't have a boyfriend, then he pops out the blue. So a lot of altercation going on with guys.
Wow.
And stuff like that. No fights, some fights sometimes, but I wouldn't fight at work over a female. Not to say it like that, but just my money is my money. I wouldn't let a woman or another man break up my money with me and my success, and then it go down the drain over a young lady. It's not right. With FedEx, it is a lot of women there, so I'm pretty sure you all, whoever worked at FedEx, you know what was going on. And an issue that I seen at FedEx was two guys fighting over a woman. She was with another guy. She had a baby by another guy, and they both, were messing off with her. And one of them found out, and they were fighting each other. And one of them choked a manager.
Wow.
Well, the co-manager of my manager. So that really piqued everybody's interest. Like, oh wow, that's crazy, because we didn't expect anybody to fight over another woman at work, especially at FedEx.
Wow. So I want to tell you the craziest part of this story to me. The craziest thing is that normally we hear about women fighting over men.
Right.
But you've given me two different stories about men fighting over women. So it's about tit for tat, huh?
Right. Back with those two guys, they didn't get fired. She left, so that closed out all the confusion and problems and everything. And they both work on different lines now, but for the same manager. So.
Wow. So tell me, what do you think about black men, black women rather, because I'm a hardworking black woman, all right? How do you feel about black women making more money than black men?
Like my father said, romance without finance is a nuisance. So I would pretty much like my woman to have a lot of money and work hard for what she has worked for, because I wouldn't, not to down anybody that's halfway paid or minimum wage, but I wouldn't consider myself being with a woman that doesn't have anything going for herself or no money involved with her, because this whole world works around money. You got to pay, you have to buy, you have to sell. Everything is all around with money. So we work together, we eat together, we pray together, build up on everything. So we have to make amends meet. If I have a lot of money, if I get paid more and she doesn't, then, we work on that. But it's all for the better of us together. To me, it doesn't matter if she makes more money than me. If we living together, let's fast forward to the future. If we living together and she makes at least like $10 more than me, I'm at 30, she's at 40, I'm fine with it. We have children, she has to provide, I have to provide. So to me, that's more of a better thing, because if I lose my job, she can pick up a little slack, and then if I, find a job, after that, then, same thing. So
now, I'm not a man. By no means, I am not a man. As a man, doesn't that have to be intimidating?
It does, because a lot of people, a lot of men won't like that, because they'll get other guys saying, "Oh man, your woman make more money than you. That's crazy. You supposed to be the man. You supposed to be dominant." But in reality, women don't really have a lot of work with them. So what I'm trying to say is, like, women don't really work as much as men. So I feel like they get paid. They have to get paid a little more than us, to me, because we already work hard enough. So
I can tell you 20 years old, because women work just as hard as men, just as much as men. Do you come from a two-parent home?
Yes.
So you saw your mama go out and work, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. Yes, women do work just as hard as men, and we do deserve a nice pay rate. I feel like everyone should be paid equally, especially if they have the same type of job or same job level. Mm-hmm. But you know how things go. Real quick, tell me, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I see myself in the next 5 years. I'm going back to school for automotive engineering, but I love to play basketball. So, like I always told my friends and family, if basketball doesn't work out, I'll always have that plan B, automotive engineering or any type of engineering that I have. And just, just be more successful.
That's great. That's great. I'm glad you plan on getting back in school. You stay right there, stay in your chair. We'll be right back on Black Man Working.
They say I'm a bad kid.
Or a charity case. A troublemaker.
Worthless.
There are more than 3 million children in America's child protection and justice systems. Kids who have been abused, neglected, traumatized. Kids who act out. The worst cases you can imagine.
They say I'm messed up.
A drain on society.
Just a stupid mistake.
For their safety and others, some of these children have to be removed from their homes. Separated from their families, they're at the mercy of an overwhelmed system.
I don't think I'm a lost cause.
I'm just a kid.
Youth Villages believes that no child is a lost cause, not a single one, because a stable, loving family can help any child succeed. And we have an 80% success rate that proves doing whatever it takes for children is the only thing that works. If you agree, find out how you can help at youthvillages.org.
You! Oh!
Your fault. You!
My fault?
Your fault. Your fault.
You're right.
What?
It's my fault.
What do you mean your fault?
Just the two of us. You're right, it's my fault. We can make it. Maybe both of us?
Maybe just you.
TTEN.
We're back on Black Man Working. I'm your host, Leanna Davis. Today's guest, Antonio White. He works at the Memphis FedEx Hub. He's a young man, young blood, 20 years old. At this time, though, Antonio, I want you to look into the camera. I want you to talk to those men that are sitting at home and give them some words of encouragement, because just like you wanted a job, someone out there wants a job. I want you to talk to them and tell them how to get it.
One thing for sure, if you do have a child, then that should automatically be, okay, I need to get up, get a job, get some money, provide for me and my son or daughter. Because one thing you don't need to do is have your daughter or son struggling while they grow up, and them seeing you struggle while you grow up, because that's a no. You're a grown man. You're the head. God said men are the head, so you have to take responsibility and action on yourself to go above and beyond to help yourself out, grow up, be a man, and get everything that you need. Because one thing's for sure, black men in today's society now, it's not looking good for us. A lot of us are getting killed. We only seeing 17 and 20. So I'm happy to be alive at 20 years old right now. Everything is tit for tat. Everything is buy and go. So what I like you all to do is really find something that motivates you, gets you running. If it's basketball, if it's everybody want to be a LeBron James or a Derrick Rose. Sometimes we need doctors, lawyers. Yeah. Find something that helps you, motivates you. If it's your mother, your father, your little brother, little sister, anybody, little cousin, God should always be the number one motivation in your heart to keep going, get your money, your success going. So, I need us as black men to come together, pick up the slack, not let our women struggle, let them see us, pick them up, pick all of us up, and get going, because we need us. We need black men right now.
We need black men right now. Wow, Antonio, that was good. You may have a little attitude problem and snapping off on people left and right, but I'm glad you know the Lord. Right. I'm glad that, because that's not the first time during the show that you brought up God. So that's good that you have a good foundation and a good root. Yeah. We got a man sitting at home that just heard everything you said. He said, I'm the king of my house. This is me. I run this. And he went out on a job interview, and they told him they were only going to pay him $7.25, minimum wage. And he like, I got 5 kids. I got this woman at home. What would you tell him if he refused that job because it wasn't enough money?
What I would tell you is, like my grandmother and my father told me, you have to start somewhere. It doesn't matter if it's $40, if it's $20, if it's $7.25. You have to start somewhere to get to somewhere, and somewhere that you need to be. I started with $8.50. That wasn't, to me, that wasn't enough. I told myself, I'm not worth $8.50 coming out of high school. I'm more than that. But in reality, sometimes you have qualifications and stuff that you need to be on a higher pay. As far as me being 18, 19, 20, I'm thinking, okay, I need to get $10, $20 already. I'm already young. I don't, you know, I thought I needed, you know, everything. I thought I was gonna have everything. I'm thinking, you know, I need more than what I already got. But I've grown and learned to realize that, you know, you have to start somewhere if it's low to high. Right now at FedEx, I'm making $13.80. So to me, that's you. If you have the attitude, that's good that you have the attitude, but you know, you need more than that.
You gotta start somewhere.
Right.
You gotta start somewhere. At FedEx, I worked at FedEx. I didn't even make it to 90 days. I quit at day 85, I promise you. At FedEx, there are a lot of different races there. Do you feel pressure to perform better than any other race?
I don't feel any pressure, but I do feel as though that I am an efficient worker and I know everything that I need to know. A lot of races, they know this, but you know, as far as me, I don't let anybody outshine me. If I know that I'm better at doing what I'm doing, then I can do that. If you know, if they think they're better at me, then you know, I'm not saying we're competitive, but you know, I let them know, hey, this is what I know how to do. I'm better at this. I can do this. I can do that. I'm not in competition with anybody. I'm here to do my job. I'm here to make my money. Everybody here out here to make money. So,
who are some people who have influenced you to get out and work?
well, first and foremost, God, my son, my little brothers, and my father as well, because I love my dad. So he's a truck worker, so he, you know, we go back and forth sometimes about things, but he helps me realize that life is, you know, I have to have influence.
Now that you have a better influence, and now that you have matured and you understand that everyone needs direction and instruction sometimes in life, tell me, what would make you quit your job?
What made me quit my job, if I don't get treated equally, and attitudes towards me from other people, everything else that they do, say, or you know, a couple, well, a job back, I got lied on, saying that I was gonna leave job, you know, sign in, sign back out, and leave and go home, but that wasn't the case. Told them I had to get something, you know, from my car, which I did. And they came out, you know, said what they had to say, and then go back. And next night, you know, they called me to the office, and said what they had to say.
Well, because most of the employers are equal opportunity employers, discrimination and prejudice, that should be out the window. We'll be right back on Black Man Working.
You!
Oh! Your fault. You!
My fault?
Your fault. Your fault.
You're right.
What?
It's my fault.
What do you mean your fault?
You're right, it's my fault. Maybe both of us?
Maybe just you.
Your time is gonna come. Your time is gonna come. It's up to you to reach out to be that friend who comes along. Your day is gonna come.
When you make a friend, you make a difference.
Your day is gonna come.
Friendship. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Jessica, we need to leave right now.
I need to get something. Dance recitals are so boring.
There's a meaning no one knows. Wait until we set
So,
free.
what's the empty suitcase for?
The grand prize trophy.
Duh.
confidence. Pass it on.
I was born to be somebody.
TTEN.
We're back on Black Man Working. If you're just tuning in, you have missed an incredible show. My guest today, Antonio White, he's a great young man. We've had a great time filming this show and a great time just sitting here talking during our breaks. So Antonio, I am totally done with all of the professional questions, okay? I want to know more about you. Tell me your hobbies.
I like to play basketball. Like I said, I like to, play basketball. Like I said, with my uncle, yard work, but we really don't, do that right now. Just those really pretty much the only two that I like to do right now.
Relationship status. Are you single, married? Do you have kids? Well, you mentioned your son a lot.
I have a girlfriend and a child, and so we're together happily, so everything's pretty much good with us.
Happily together, that's good. Do you have any final words, any thoughts, any shout outs, anyone you want to speak to?
For the rest of the black men out there that's sitting down at the couch, like she said, please get up, because it's hard out here for us black men, obviously on the news, Facebook, social media, everything you see with us is pretty much hard out here for us. Not saying that any race doesn't have it bad, but you know our history. So we have to, like we said, we're talking about mostly influence, have to influence each other to get up and go at it.
All right. Thank you so much. You've been great. Thank you so much for watching my show. That is our time. Thank you for watching Black Man Working. I am your host, Leanna Davis. So, if you would like to be a guest on my show, or if you know someone that would like to be a guest on my show, you can email me at info@ttennetwork.com. Once again, that information is info@ttennetwork.com. We are always welcoming new guests to our show. We want you that's sitting at home to come on. Tell me you've been watching me. You got a job and that you took some of the tips from some of my guests and that you really enjoy it. Come on. Once again, that info is, the email address is info@ttennetwork.com. Thank you once again. I'll see you next time on Black Man Working.